getting more into the process of creating these paintings, it's starting to become clear that I do have a recipe for these paintings that starts off with these big splashes of color and then is refined further with all these different psychedelic blobs and explosions. And then this one I put into an environment and actually gave it some legs on the bottom there. But this thing kind of reminds me of a skull, so I like how that's developing in that area. Other than that, I've been working on a couple other pieces. I finished this one up here. That came from a paint blob that I further refined more and more. And then I got this one I still need to jump into. Also got, of course, the plotter. I guess I haven't made an update since I got the plotter. I made a bunch of plotter videos. I can put all those together, make a separate video with that. And then I'm using these different squeeze bottles, and I've got different colors in there, so I can actually have the plotter set up here with the painting lying flat, because it's pretty difficult to get a brush that stays clean. So you can see here, when you use the plotter a lot and you're using all these colors, obviously they get a little bit mushy and a little bit brown, which can be cool. You know, there's no big deal with that. But if you want this kind of clarity and these differentiations of tones and stuff like that, it does, you know, drive you a little bit crazy when you're using the plotter, because you have no control. Like, it does stuff that you don't want it to do, which is part of the interesting aspect of it. Made this ridiculous werewolf painting with Inca. We want to make a couple more of those paintings. So yeah, just chugging along on these, feeling pretty good about where they're at, fully embracing their lowbrow sensibilities, and just trying to be really giving, I guess, visually. And I've been thinking just about beauty and giving people to look at a real visual smorgasbord for people to devour, because I think that beauty can be a really interesting entry point for a lot of people into art. And if our goal is to make art that people look at, then making it beautiful is certainly one tactic that helps with that. These are also getting more, I guess, plant-like. So you can see almost these plant-like pods and these little feathery things growing in there. So I'm liking to think about primordial ooze and this type of life exploding. And I want to look more at some anatomical drawings, like from biology textbooks and those types of things. And it's kind of interesting that those texts are coming up again, but I think they'll serve as good resource material as I get into more of these kind of like veins and organ-like pieces that are contrasted against these more austere grid-like areas. And you can see all this background here is all combed out as well. So there's a lot of different things going on here.